Hello, welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. Just when you thought I was done for the week, the Matt Winn Stakes on Sunday at Churchill Downs has pulled me back in. Also, a nice bonus Philly Stakes race in there as well. So we're going to do both those races, but our main emphasis is the Matt Winn. There's more Kentucky Derby participants in that race than there is in the Belmont Stakes. So I felt obligated as my home track to put a little something out for the people. So split the pot contest going very well. Got 2 for 2 this weekend. Fridays and Saturdays winners are on the board. So if you want to join for future split the pot contests down the road, we're going to be doing them reoccurring all summer long. So all the commenters to the videos for the approaching like this one, we'll put the commenters in for later on in the month for Stephen Foster Day, which is toward the end. It kind of culminates the Churchill Downs spring meet. So we'll do a split the pot for that day. And all the commenters will go in a draw for this video and then subsequent videos leading up to the big stakes day then. And it's a $20 bet that I pay for that we kind of collaborate on if we can. And if we win the bet, we split the pot, hence the name. So to be eligible, you have to subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everybody that's doing that. Always be clicking that like button. That's very important to help support the channel. The hashtag BHS in the comments also gets the channel noticed more. So I really do appreciate everybody staying engaged and really just getting after it with me. So just give me your pick for the Matt Winn, and we'll go from there. Speaking of Matt Winn, let's jump into the past performances and take a look at what we got. The Matt Winn Stakes is a grade 3, going a mile and 16th on the Churchill Downs dirt. It's for 3-year-olds. So like I said, you can see there's 3 Kentucky Derby participants at the top 3 right there. So that already beats, I think that already beats the Belmont Stakes. I can't say for sure off the top of my head, but we'll start with gaming. That's a Bob Baffert. Florent Geroux is going to get the mount over Johnny V this time around. Johnny V rode him pretty well in the Pat Day Mile. He ran a pretty good, he's a pretty good horse on the front end and kind of a, not really like a poor man's National Treasure, but not as fast. But you can see he gets he gets big early speed numbers. He just has a little trouble hanging on down the stretch when it gets up there. So a mile and a 16th is gonna be a bit challenging for him. So at least the inside rail there, he can definitely save some ground. So that's number 1 gaming, and here's number 2 Final Gambit. Flavian Pratt takes over for Luan Mikado. Brad Cox getting serious now. He's got the Jeff Ruby win where he looked ultra impressive. He really looked good all week at Kentucky Derby. He just got so far back, it was just too hard to close out the 2 leaders. And actually, I thought he probably should have finished ahead of Baeza, because I thought the guy riding Baeza was Flavian Pratt and that he actually veered over in the path. But it probably didn't affect the outcome ultimately anyway. But Final Gambit, Juddermont Stables, I mean, what can you say about him? If he takes another step forward in the cutback in distance, maybe good or bad, but it seems to be about right for Not This Time Sire. So he could just mash him here for sure. And then you have Chunk of Gold, and people are probably going to like Chunk of Gold here. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with him. He ran well from post 17 in the Kentucky Derby. He got clipped heels early on, but was moving with the pace per his usual style. He nearly cracked the top of the field, making the turn, but no closing bid once again. Loveberry did a good job with him, keeping him out of the trouble and getting him out of the gate quick enough. So he was right mid-pack the whole way, you see. And then he tried to make that bid in the stretch, but then just fell back to 9th. And really, this is kind of what happened, the theme in the Derby, or Louisiana Derby. He had the inside post draw, perfect position, hit the stretch in second, and then just didn't, just kind of flattened out down the stretch, going a mile and 3/16. And so now we're shortening the distance. He just seems to be a little short at a mile and an eighth also. So a mile and a 16th, I just don't know about this closer. So we'll probably won't get there with him. Then you have the number 4 horse, Just a Fair Shake, finished second behind Pay Billy in the Federico Tessio Stakes. That was the prep that went in your end for the Preakness Stakes. Then he runs in the Sir Barton versus Crudo, and nobody was beating Crudo that day, but he did close to second ahead of Invictus, who Invictus was the overwhelming 1-2 favorite in that race, which I would have to go back and look and wonder why that was the case, because I always thought Crudo was the best horse in that particular race. That's going a mile and a 16th. So this one here is a nice pressing style, got pretty decent speed. I don't know that we'll get there with him, but Jamie Rodriguez, solid enough jockey. So he's there. And now this one is an interesting one. Burnham Square. I'm not really quite sure what to do with this one yet. If he runs this bluegrass race, he probably wins. That was going a mile and an eighth though, but you can see he's won at a mile and a 16th at the in the Holy Bull. I'd say if he runs back to this race, you can see the mid race, the mid pace 98, and then the 100 coming home. If he gets back to that form, and I'd say pretty good chance of it coming off the layoff. Now technically there's no line here with for a layoff, but he did get a full month off before the February 1st Holy Bull. So about a full month, and this one's going to be just a little over a full month, just like this one. So maybe this it's time to shine for old Burnham Square. The gelding needs to get it done. So that one is an interesting one. Now, Cold Battle, another one I like. Cutting back into the wheelhouse distance, you can see 6.5, 6.6 average win distance. So the limit is just about this mile and a 16th right here. That's how he got the Rebel. And you notice he didn't get the mile and an eighth or any further. And he was in position to make a strike right here. He just didn't have the gas in the tank to get there. So 98, if he runs back to this Rebel, he probably wins. So that's what we got going on here. But Vargas is off the mount, and we got Corey Lannery. Corey Lannery's solid enough, journeyman jockey. He's got your 16% win percentage, 9 wins and 55 starts. He's 34% in the money. So he's not the best jock, but he's not the worst either. Lonnie Briley probably would be a very, very good win for him, getting another stakes victory out of this horse, who's already earned him damn near $1.2 million. And I forget what they pay for him, 70,000 at auction. So he's been just a really bright spot in the career of talk about a journeyman, Lonnie Briley. So here we go, Cold Battle. Now everybody's favorite front runner, the East Coast, I guess, since they call him East Avenue, he's like the East Coast Rodriguez. Basically, he fires out of the gate like he did in the Bluegrass. He got clipped by a nose there, but he had a couple of really bad races. I don't know what happened to him here. He just flat quit in this one, going a mile and an eighth. So I don't know what that deal was. We all know he had an excuse here where he stumbled out of the gate really badly and never got into it. But the Risen Star was a head scratcher, and then he runs lights out in the Bluegrass, and then not so much in the Derby. So is he one of them fierceness types where every other race? I mean, he put together back to back here. So who knows what he's going to do here? He could wire him, most definitely. I mean, you got a Luis Saez riding for taking Manny Franco's place, so you're going to get a better drive. Godolphin horse, 21% winning Luis Saez, 50% in the money, so do not leave him out. I think a mile and a 16th is wheelhouse territory for this sucker, and he could probably repeat that Breeders' Futurity where he just smoked him, flat out smoked him at a mile and a 16th. That was over in Lexington. So East Avenue does round out the field. And I haven't really gotten down to narrowing my selections. I really, really like Cole Battle, but I think I'm probably going to end up backing. You have to kind of look who wants to lead. So if you have East Avenue only, he's more like a 7 or an 8. So sometimes I question these numbers because East Avenue, when does he not want to lead? Every race he's run. The only races he didn't go up to the front were the 2 races that he was most compromised in, and that was the break from the gate in the Kentucky Derby, which you could toss, and then that Breeders' BC Juvenile, which he fell out of the gate practically. So he's more of a 7 out of an 8, not 5. So he's going to be on the lead. Cole Battle's going to be pressing, and we'll shake this out real quick. Cole Battle pressing, Burnham Square pressing, and just a fair shake, probably somewhere in the middle, probably further back. You can see Burnham Square's 101 mid-pace figures here. I think Burnham Square takes first crack, but that 112 in the Arkansas Derby by Cole Battle is serious business. So it's the 5 and the 6 so far for me. Then I pan up a little bit, and I no chunk of gold. Now this one here is going to be coming late, so it's between those 3 for me. I don't think gaming's going to get there. It's 2 Final Gambit. It's 5 Burnham Square. It's 6 Cole Battle. Those are the 3 top selections. I'll probably end up either betting I don't know. I guess I'll just have to make my decision when the tote board lights up, who gets bet down to what and where the value lies. But those three horses are the best three in my opinion, and the most likely winners of the race. I don't think that East Avenue, although I would not be surprised if East Avenue just takes him to the house. But if he's not ready to rock and roll like he was at Keeneland, and those are his only two good races were at Keeneland. So if he's horse for course, Keeneland's different than Churchill Downs. So keep that in mind. So uh, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Leslie's Lady Overnight as a bonus because it's a 7 furlong sprint and it's a really, really solid race with some good horses in it. You can see Eclatant, Impulse Buy, and Vodka with a Twist, all really good 3-year-old fillies. So we'll start with number one, Eclatant, folded down the stretch in the 8 bells. Last out, Brad Cox took a bump out of the gate in the forward gal, but was able to come from off the pace to score the win there. So I think if she's good to go, if she goes back to that race, that forward gal was very impressive. Did run at Churchill Downs in the Goldenrod, broke her maiden at 5.5. So she's definitely a fast horse. And then you have Miss Martini. I don't think I'm going to get there with this one. Does have a one stakes victory, but just not as good as these other ones. Impulse Buy, Rod Brissett, Florence Rowe. Impulse Buy is a pretty impressive horse, folded in the 8 bells as well. But in her defense, it was the 2025 debut off a long 7 month layoff. She won the Fern Creek Stakes at Churchill Downs going 6.5. So that's a really nice prep race right there, or comp race, I should say, really, because we're going 7 furlongs. But you can see she's got a win by 11, breaking her maiden at 7. So she's a strong win candidate. Now you got Kilwin, who's another one who's probably a strong one, making the move from turf to dirt for George Arnold. Twirling Candy progeny excelled at 7 furlongs on the dirt. Has progeny capable of making it the grass to dirt transition. She got a pretty decent trip in the grade 3 Mamselle riding the rail for the second place finish. Probably going to be a decent value play, I would say, with Edgar Morales up. Now, this one is going to be one that I'm very interested in. That's Vodka with a Twist. Philip D'Amato, Flavian Pratt, probably going to be of lots of people's interest. Dropping in class, he's a 21% trainer in non-graded. Third versus tougher stakes in the Santa. This is the Santa Anita Oaks, and 110, and then just fell off down the map. But we're not going a mile and a 16th. We're only going 7 furlongs. So Vodka with a Twist might be my top selection. Stick around and find out. The one thing I would say about the third behind Tenma in the Santa Anita Oaks, she broke a step slow. Then she was steadied around turn 1. I wasn't sure what Antonio Frigiu was doing, but she steadied on the rail, and it looked like it was just like a panic move, or he was looking down because he kept looking down at the ground like he was checking for a flat tire or something, like he had a nail in his tire. I don't understand what he was doing, but sometimes I don't know what the jockeys are doing because I'm not a jockey. But the distance should be right in her wheelhouse. I think she's going to be the top choice for me. She would move up on and off track. We're getting rain here today, probably some rain tomorrow. Major storms coming in tonight, so stay safe, all you Louisvillians out there. But we're going to move on to Evanescence. Didn't fold down the stretch in the 8 bells. The Munnings, daughter of Munnings, I should say, ran a really solid closing third. This one could be cleaning up the mess coming home. High percent trainer, highest last speed, dropping in class, third versus tougher. Eddie Kinley getting it done, 35%. He's got 6 wins on the meet, so he's up there. And now this one, Luan Mikado is riding. So this one I'll probably take a close look at. Bourbon Memory is number 7, also ran in the 8 bells and didn't finish well at all. Brendan Walsh giving her another shot on the dirt. I think she's better on all weather track, winning the Serena Song Stakes. But I would say the wetter the track, though, I don't know if she can benefit from that. You would think an all weather horse would benefit from an off track, so we'll have to see about that. But I do have a little bit better selection process here. I am going to bet number 5 Vodka with a Twist to win. Then I'll probably do like a trifecta key box with the 5, and then go 1, 4, 6 Clayton, Evanescence, and Kilwin for the exotics underneath. So that's going to do it for this quick hitter. I wish everybody the best of luck. Hope everybody had a great weekend, depending on when this video is released, whether it's Sunday or not. So remember, we're doing this year round at Billy Ho Sports. So stay with us, stay engaged. Stephen Foster at the end of the month. July and August is all about Saratoga with the Jim Dandy and the Travers. Monmouth hosts the Haskell that month too. Then we go out west later on in the summer, late summer for Pacific Classic, Breeders' Cup Challenge races. Even Kentucky Downs has their 2-week meet where they have fat bankroll. I mean, they run non-graded stakes of races for 500K during that 2-week period. So the point is, stick around. So I thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon.